Hey guys, I just wanted to ask you a quick question today, and I want to ask you what's actually causing your fatigue. And you might be sitting there going, but what are you talking about? You know, I'm always tired, and that might be fine, but what I'm trying to get to is there's usually a reason behind your crash, or behind you being bedridden for days on end, or feeling worse than you normally do. And sometimes it can be a coincidence, but normally it's usually something that you've done prior to feeling really bad that set it off. Okay, so we can call it a set off. Is it your work? Is it emotional stress? Is it physical stress? Sometimes it could be doing not enough. Sometimes it can be overdoing it to the extreme. All right, and you'd know this because it might take 1 or 2 days to hit you, but you might go gardening, or you might go shopping, or you could be even talking to a friend on the phone for more than you probably should, and then 1 or 2 days later you wake up and you can't get out of bed. So you need to ask yourself that question: what is causing my fatigue? Okay, get a pen and paper out. The best way to do it is write it all down. One of the many things that really held me back in my recovery is that I was trying to progress too quickly, and I make sure my clients don't do that now. So I'll give you an example. I started with a walking program just to build up my exercise again, because my muscles were so deconditioned that I could barely stand up for short periods of time. So I started with 1 minute walking a day, and I was building up nicely and I was feeling okay with that. And then of course I compared myself to the past 4 years, and I thought, I used to be able to run, I'll be able to do it today just because I feel a little bit better. So of course I put on my runners and I tried to run, and I'd probably only last 2 minutes of running, and then all of a sudden I'd collapse and wonder why. Okay, and I did this for 4 months on and off, and it wasn't until I actually realised, I was like, far out, I'm actually overdoing it way too much. I'm trying to push myself too much. So if you're at home and you're doing those kinds of things, write them down and be conscious of it, and then you can make a really positive change to that recovery process. Okay, other things can really set you off is emotional stress, and I've talked about this a lot in other videos, especially in my 8-week online program, is that when we are emotionally stressed, it creates a hormonal change in our bodies called cortisol. Okay, cortisol gets released into our body, and it really just disturbs our whole human system. Okay, and what happens is when we release cortisol, our body just starts to freak out. We get those nervous, anxiety kind of feelings where our tummy goes a bit funny, our muscles start to hurt and shake. You know those feelings at home. And what happens is it actually can affect us more than physical stress, and it can really last for a long period of time. Some people don't even realise how stressed they are, and they go, I'm so sick at the moment, and you go, well, why are you sick? Like, I don't know. I've just been working 16 hours a day, and I've got so much stress going on at work. It's just full on. And I know the answer straight away is that they're working too much and they're way too stressed, so their lifestyle's out of balance. That's an extreme case, mind you. So I'm just saying, just reevaluate your stress levels at home. If you are quite stressed, then you need to find a solution to that, and whether that be talking to someone, writing things down, or changing your mindset for the better. They're all positive things, but you need to put them into practice so we can actually get a bit of positive change happening. I hope that helps, but yeah, I really want to stress to you that you need to be conscious of what you're doing wrong, so then we can figure out what we can do right. I hope that helps, and I'll see you next week.